for the assignment. Now in the assignment, you had to complete the statements in the first main. This is exercise 7.1 from the textbook. The first main, you had to complete the statements. Two line segments are congruent if they have the same length. Okay, so let us say for example, two line segments have 5 centimeters each. Then we call them, earlier we used to call them two equal line segments. Now since we know what congruent figures are, we read it as two line segments are congruent if they have the same length. Second one, among two congruent angles, one has measure of 70 degrees. What is the measure of the other angle? Since the hint is both the angles are congruent to each other, it means that they have the same measurement. So the second angle will also be 70 degrees. Third one, angle A is congruent to angle B. Angle A is congruent to angle B. In the question it is, when we write angle A equals angle B, we actually mean that angle A is congruent to angle B because they have the same measurement. We can call them congruent figures or congruent angles, and we write it as angle A is congruent to angle B. Okay, next. Give two real life examples for congruent shapes. I am sure by now, since you know the meaning of congruence, you would have checked around you that you have many congruent figures. We come across many congruent figures or congruent objects in our daily life. So I have taken two examples. You would have written many other examples. So 5 rupee coins I have taken. In case you take two 5 rupee coins, superpose them. You all know what the meaning of superposing is. Placing one on top of the other. So 5 rupee coins, when you place them, superpose them, it appears as one coin. So we can say 5 rupee coins are congruent objects. The second example I've taken is calendar sheets of different months. Children, you all know what a calendar is. Now that calendar has 12 sheets. So each month when you change the calendar sheet, so that month sheet will be on top, the remaining 11 will be hidden beneath that, is it not? So, but it appears as there is only one single sheet. So you can take calendar sheets as congruent figures. Okay, you can give your own examples, of course. Now, if triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FED, triangle ABC and FED, here figures are not necessary. Even without figures, we can match them and show their correspondence. So here match A with F. That is, A is paired with F, B with E, C with D. Order of the letters or the alphabets is very important when you are showing congruence. Okay, children? Now, angle A is congruent to angle F. Do you agree? Angle B is congruent to angle E, and angle C is congruent to angle D. That's what I've written here. Okay? Angle A is congruent to angle F, angle B and E, angle C and D. They are congruent to each other. Now coming to sides. AB, can you tell me which is the congruent part or congruent side of the other triangle? It is FE. Go in the same order, there is no confusion. Side AB, side FE are congruent. That's what I've written here. AB, line segment AB or side AB, congruent to FE. Next, side BC is congruent to side ED. Okay, children? So BC is congruent to ED. Again, the order next is AC is congruent to FD. So that is the order. So when you paired them like that in order, you would have proved that the triangles are congruent, and then you will use whatever criterion is asked or whatever criterion is depicted. We'll learn that shortly. The next one, if triangle DEF is congruent to triangle BCA, now the moment you get triangles like this showing congruence symbol, immediately you know how to pair them. D corresponds to B. Agreed? E corresponds to C. F corresponds to A. Okay, children? Now the question is, write the parts of triangle BCA that correspond to the given angles. The first one is, what part corresponds to angle E? Clearly, to angle E, angle C corresponds. Is it not? So I have written angle E is congruent to angle C. Then angle EF is congruent to angle CA. See the order. CA. CA, EF. Next, with F, angle F, which is its corresponding angle? It is A. Okay, children? Then DF is congruent to BA. So order is very important. Okay? Let's next move on with the criteria. The next congruence criterion for triangles is called SAS congruence criterion. The previous criterion was SSS. So you matched the three sides of one triangle with the corresponding three sides of the other triangle and proved that those two triangles are congruent. Okay, now using SAS congruence criterion, we are going to prove the congruence of triangles. But what is this SAS? S stands for side, A stands for angle, S stands for side again. So, if two sides of one triangle included is the angle in between, and corresponding two sides and angle in between, if they are congruent to each other, then we can say that the given triangles are congruent. Now let us see what's this all about. If under a correspondence, two sides and an included angle, that angle is included between them. Between them means between the two sides of the first triangle are equal to the corresponding, children, corresponding word is very, very important. That corresponding shows us the order. So, equal to corresponding two sides and the angle included between them of the second triangle. Then we say that the triangles are congruent. Now let's see what this is. Now look at this figure. In this figure, you can see you have triangle. I'm going to first match it. A corresponds to P. Agreed, children? Just look at the strokes there and you can match very, very easily. B corresponds to Q. C corresponds to R. So let us see how to match them. So in triangle ABC and triangle PQR go in the same order. AC is congruent to PR. AC is congruent. Equals also means the same. Congruent also means the same. What does it mean? It means that their lengths are equal. Which is that side? That is AC. It's here. AC is the side and we are matching it with not RP but PR. You might say, what is the difference? Both are same. No. Here we are talking about the corresponding parts. So AC corresponds to PR. Check in this. AC corresponds to PR. Okay, so they are congruent. How do we know that? It's given. It's given in the form of strokes here, children. So one side. The next one. Angle A is congruent to angle P. How do we know that? Again, it's given here with single stroke, both of them. So angle A, we are saying angle A and angle P, which means CAB or angle BAC, or RPQ or angle QPR. You must know when to use single letters like this and when to use the three letters for the angles, children. Now here this angle A is independent. We do not have any other angle. Let's say we have an angle here, ABC. Now if I want to talk about the angles here, I cannot say angle O, because angle O is divided into angle AOB and angle BOC. So I cannot call this angle near this vertex as angle O, okay, because it is divided into 1 and 2. It's of course a linear pair. It's just an example. So now here we can use angle A because it's independent, and angle P. So I have matched them. They are congruent. So what is that? It is the angle. Next one, which is the third side. Can you tell me? I'm sure now you know how to tell. AB corresponds to PQ. Here also you check. Also in the figure you check, please. So AB is this side. It has a single stroke. Again, that is also one of the proof. Corresponds to PQ, children. So AB is congruent to PQ. Again, that becomes the side. So using which congruence criterion? Children, criterion also means rule. So using SAS congruence criterion. What is that SAS? Side, angle and side. So side of one triangle, you are matching with the side of the other triangle, corresponding side, children. That term is very, very important. Okay, so by matching that way, now we have proved that triangle ABC and triangle PQR, again check the order, triangle ABC and triangle PQR are congruent. So what is the criterion you have used? You have used SAS, side, angle, side. That is the criterion you have used to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So the first congruence criterion that you have learnt is side, side and side. The second one just now you learnt is side, angle, side. Okay, let us learn a little more with one example. Now in this example, you have a figure. In that figure, AE and BD bisect each other at C. Okay, now look at the figure. In this figure, you can see you have actually two triangles facing each other. They have a common vertex C. Children, you can see the common vertex, that is C. Now the statement says that AE, this line segment AE and line segment BD, they bisect each other at C. Bisect means equal parts. Okay, so at C they bisect each other. Okay, so in the figure clearly it's given when we say bisecting equal parts, is it not? BC, this BC and DC are congruent to each other. Similarly, AC and EC are congruent to each other. Now let us see how to prove that these two triangles are congruent. By now you would have guessed which criterion you are going to use. You have learned two criteria, that is side, side, side and side, angle, side. I am sure you have guessed now which criterion you are going to use. But we have to prove and then write the statement and give reasons before we state that they are congruent. Okay, now which of the statements is true? Just observe the statements. We'll come to it later. Now we have to prove that the two triangles are congruent. So the first thing I am going to prove is I'll state that AC is congruent. AC, where is AC? It's here. Is congruent to EC, children. EC. Suppose you get confused, please again check the corresponding vertices. A and E correspond to each other. So A comes first, so E should come first. Though AC and CE are equal, but corresponding parts are very important. So I am writing AC is congruent to EC. I hope that's clear to you. Next, BC is congruent. Check again. CB. Where is our CB? CB is here. And CD is here. Okay, that is the next side. But before that, let us see what this angle is. Can you see this angle, children? This angle and here this angle. Now, that angle at this point, at this vertex C, is A, C, B. We are talking about this angle. That angle corresponds to ECD. They are congruent. How do you know? Of course, there is that single stroke here. But before that, please recall, when two lines intersect each other, two pairs of vertically opposite angles are formed. And that pair of vertically opposite angles are equal. If you can recall the pairs of angles, please remember that vertically opposite angles are always equal. Now we say vertically opposite angles are congruent. So I prove that angle ECB and angle ECD. Children, check the order again. Okay? Or you can say BCA and DCE. Okay? Now, angle A, C, B, you know which angle I'm talking about, is congruent to angle E, C, D. When you look at the figure, in case you get confused, please check the congruent corresponding parts. Okay, so this is side, angle. Now we need one more part. 3 parts are required, children. So we have 2 parts, side and angle. One more part, which is that we have one more part, one more side, pair of side which is equal. That is CB. You can see here CB and CD are congruent to each other. So I'll write CB is congruent to CD. Okay, this again is side. So this is given to you. This is also given to you. This is also given. Of course, here, this we can write here vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, now, therefore, now tell me the order of the triangles. Can we write ACB is congruent to DCE, children? Can we write ACB congruent to DCE? No, is it not? It's a wrong statement because corresponding parts do not match. But we can write triangle ACB is congruent to triangle ECD. Okay, so write down triangle ACB is congruent to triangle ECD. So which is the rule that you have used? It is side, angle, side, SAS, congruence, criterion. Criteria is plural. Criterion is singular. Okay. Children, I hope you understood that we have proved this triangle, that is triangle ACB and triangle ECD are congruent to each other. Next, we have one triangle given here. I hope all of you can see. In the figure, AX is equal to AY. Clearly you can see AX is equal to AY. Okay, and the bisector of the angle is AM. Bisector means, I told you, dividing into equal parts. So this line segment AM, children, is bisecting this angle. Which is that angle? It is, we cannot call it angle A now. I hope you can recall, because it has two parts. So it is bisecting the angle. Which is that? It is bisecting XAY. Okay, so that angle is bisected or divided into two parts. So I have shown here with single stroke because bisected means they are equal angles. Okay, now state three pairs of equal parts in the triangles and prove that the triangles are congruent. Okay, triangle AMX and triangle AMY. We have to prove that they are congruent. Now, the question is triangle AMX congruent to triangle AMY? Give reasons. The next one, is angle X equal to angle Y? Okay, now let's start proving. Three parts we need to prove, children, and then you can state the criterion. So I write that first I'll take AX, I hope you're following, is congruent to AY. If you are confused in the figure, please use this given statement. AX I have matched with AY. Okay, it's given. Where is it given? It's given in this statement itself, in the question itself. Also, you can see this single stroke here. Okay, so it's given. So that is one side. Next, look at the angle. Look at the angle XAM. Look at the angle XAM and the angle YAM. Okay, so those two angles are congruent. The angles which are congruent are angle XAM is congruent to angle YAM. This is again given. How do we know? It's given that the line AM, this is the line AM, children, it's bisecting this angle. This angle A is now bisected into two parts. Bisected means equal. Okay, so the next part, this is angle. So we have proved that angles are equal. Next, the next part is AM is congruent to AM. You must be wondering what that is. So this AM, which is the bisector, is common to both this triangle and this triangle. That is triangle AMX and triangle AMY. So these two triangles have a common side, that is AM. Naturally, that AM is equal to AM because it is a single line segment. Okay, so you will write common side. Okay, that's also given. Now I can say, using these three parts, corresponding parts, where are they? One side, one angle, and one more side. Using which congruence criterion? By SAS congruence criterion. Children, I hope you are following. We prove that triangle AMX is congruent to triangle AMY. Okay. Also, he's asking, is angle X congruent to angle Y? Children, since the two triangles are congruent, definitely remaining all the other parts will be congruent to each other. Also, there is one more reason. If you remember, if you recall, we last time learned that angles opposite to equal sides. The equal sides are AX and AY, is it not? So, angles opposite to the equal sides are equal. Therefore, angle X is congruent to angle Y. Reason? Triangle AXY is isosceles. It's isosceles triangle. Okay, so I hope you followed that. Using the SAS congruent criterion, we have proved that the two triangles in the given figure are congruent to each other. Okay. Next. The third criterion is ASA congruence criterion. I think now you know what ASA means. Angle, side, angle. So now we are comparing two angles and side is included between the angles. Okay, let's see what the statement is. If under a correspondence, two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to the two corresponding angles and an included side of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Now again, children, the first rule that you learnt is SSS, that is you compared sides of one triangle with the corresponding sides of the second triangle. The second criterion is side, angle, side. You compared sides and included angle of one triangle with the sides and included angle of the second triangle and prove that the corresponding triangles are congruent. The third criterion that you're going to learn is ASA. Okay, what does it say? Two angles and included side. Now the side is included between the two angles of one triangle and again corresponding angles and one side is included between them for the next triangle. Then you can say that the triangles are congruent. Okay. Now look at these triangles. First try to match the corresponding parts. So you have A is matched with D, B is matched with E, and C is matched with F. Okay, now we have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. In triangle ABC and triangle DEF, children, that's why first only we have matched the pairs so that there is no confusion. So triangle ABC and triangle DEF, we have to show that they are congruent. So angle B is congruent to angle E. Very clear it is, angle B and angle E. Also in the figure you can see angle B and angle E. Now which is the side that we are matching? So that is angle. Now which side are we matching? BC and EF. Okay, see the order, BC, EF. So they are congruent. So that is side. Next one, angle C and angle F are congruent. So again that is angle. So all this we know because it's clearly given in the figure, children. Reason is very important when you are proving something. When you make a statement, then you will say you have to have proof. proof, is it not? So here we have proof just looking at the figures, looking at these depiction with the single strokes or single angles. So we can see that they are matching. So using which congruence criterion you can say that the two triangles are congruent? Clearly it is ASA, angle side angle. Okay, so triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF using ASA congruence criterion, children. Condition, criterion, rule, all are the same. So what are the three criteria you learned? SSS, SAS and ASA. Okay, so now you have an activity here. In the figure, can we use ASA congruence rule and conclude that triangle AOC and triangle BOD are congruent? So let us see. We have statement and reason. Now we have to prove that each side and each angle, whatever we say is equal, we have to prove that, we have to show in the picture, in the figure. Okay, the first statement is angle C and angle D are equal. Angle C is congruent to angle D because it's given in the figure 70 degrees. So the reason is given. Do you agree? Also, angle AOC is congruent to angle BOD, children. How do we know? Vertically opposite angles are always equal. Where are they? They are here and here. So I can say this is also 30 degrees. Next one. Angle A of angle AOC. Okay. Angle A and angle B. See, now this is 70 degrees. This is 30 degrees. What do you say is the measure of this? Please recall the properties of triangles. So according to angle sum property, angle A equals 180 degrees minus 70 plus 30. Children, I hope you are following what I am doing here. How do I know? In triangle AOC, this is triangle AOC, is it not? In that, 70 degrees is one angle, 30 degrees is the second angle, third angle will be 180 minus this sum because total is 180 degrees. Okay, so 180 minus 100. So angle A equals 80 degrees. I hope you all understood. So I have to write the reason, is it not? Angle sum property of triangles. Okay, but angle A and angle B correspond to each other. Again, angle B is also 80 degrees. Same way. How? 180 minus 100. Where is that 100? The sum of 70 degrees and 30 degrees. So this angle also becomes 80 degrees. Okay, now we have, children, please look carefully. Angle, one more angle. Where is the included side? It is here, 3 centimeters or 3 units, whatever it is. You can call it 3 centimeters, of course, or 3 units, but they are equal. Okay, so AC is equal to BD. I'll write that. AC is congruent to BD. D. Check the order. A and C, B and D. Okay, so AC and BD are congruent to each other. Again, it is given. They are each measure 3 centimeters. Therefore, I can say triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD. Do you all agree? Yes. Which congruence criterion did we use? By A S A congruence rule or condition or criterion. Is that clear, children? So using ASA congruence criterion, we have proved that triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD. Next. Please look at the figure. In the figure, ray AZ bisects angle DAB and DCB. DAB is this angle, okay, and DCB is this angle. The statement is this ray AZ bisects, that means each angle is divided into two parts. Now, state the three pairs of congruent parts in the triangles and prove that the triangles are congruent. Okay, the two triangles, you have to prove that they are congruent. And the second statement is angle BAC congruent to angle DAC, and is AB congruent to AD, and is CD congruent to CB? So that is the question. So statement and reason you have to show and try to prove that the triangles are congruent. Okay, children, I'll leave this to you. Try it at home. I'll send you the answer also for this. Okay. Now, going to the next congruence criterion. The fourth and the last congruence criterion is called RHS congruence criterion. Okay. So, RHS means this criterion applies only for right angle triangle, that is right angle, hypotenuse and side. So if we match the right angle, hypotenuse and side of one right angle triangle with the other right angle triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So let's see. If under a correspondence, the hypotenuse and one side of a right angle triangle are respectively equal to the hypotenuse and one side of another right angle triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Okay, so these are the two figures. So in triangle ABC, check the corresponding pairs again, and triangle PQR, you can see angle B is congruent to angle Q because both measure 90 degrees. It's given in the figure. So that is a right angle. Where is the next H? That is hypotenuse. Where is it? AC. Hypotenuse. You all know the longest side of a right triangle is called hypotenuse. So AC is congruent to PR. Check the corresponding parts, children. So that is again given. Both equal 6 centimeters given. Next one. BC. Here is BC and QR. Where is it? It's here. QR. Both are again congruent. Can I write that? BC, side BC, and we are matching with one more side of the other triangle, QR. Both measure 3 centimeters, again given in the figure. So, using RHS congruence criterion, we are proving that we have proved that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Children, what type of triangles they are? They are right angled triangles, or they can also be called as right triangles. Okay. Now we have proved that they are congruent, but what is the criterion? It is RHS congruence rule. If you can't remember the term criterion, you can use rule or condition. So children, how did we prove that? One right angle with the other right angle, because right angles are naturally equal, both are equal to 90 degrees. Next, match hypotenuse AC and PR, both measure 6 centimeters given in the figure. Next, match one of the sides. The sides that we have matched is BC and QR. Therefore, using RHS congruence criterion, we have proved that the two triangles are equal, or the two triangles are congruent. Okay. Now in the figure, state 3 pairs of equal parts in triangle ABC and DCB and prove that the two triangles are congruent to each other. It's very simple, children. Is triangle BCA congruent to triangle CDB, or is triangle BCA congruent to triangle CBD? Which order is correct? Is it BCA and CBD, or is it the first one? Clearly it is the second one, is it not? So the conditions are clearly depicted in the picture. Use the congruence criterion and prove that the two triangles are congruent to each other. Try to match the pairs and then prove that the two triangles are congruent. Of course, the solution I will send it to you. Okay. Now, in exercise 7.2, children, which congruence criterion will you use in each case? In the first case, all are sides, so it is SSS congruence criterion. In the second case, we have ZX and RP. ZX, RP, which is the angle? It is R, and Z, which is the side again? RQ and ZY. So clearly it is side, angle, side. Third one angle, one side, one angle. ASA congruence criterion. The next one, clearly you have right angle triangles, so it is RHS. You have to write RHS congruence criterion or rule. ASA congruence rule. Congruence rule. Here also SSS congruence condition or rule. Okay. Next one. If you want to show that triangle ART and triangle PEN are congruent, then he is asking, if you want to prove that it is SSS congruence criterion, then AR matches with, look at this or look at the figure. Both are okay. AR matches with PE. RT matches with EN. You can look at the figure also and prove, or you can look at the order. AT matches with PN. If it is given that angle T and angle N and you are to use SAS criterion, then RT matches with EN. and PN matches with AT. And which is the angle included? T here. T and N. Okay. So that is if you are using SAS criterion. If you are using ASA criterion, then if AT and PN are equal, that is AT is here and PN is here, one side, then if you are using ASA, you need to have two more angles congruent, is it not? So it is angle A congruent to angle P and angle T congruent to angle N. Children, I hope you followed this. Now here, you have to show that triangle AMP and AMQ are congruent. So the steps are given. You have to write the reason. PM and QM are congruent. Reason given. PMA and QMA, that is these angles here you can see, they are congruent. Again given. AM is congruent to AM or AM is equal to AM because it is common. It's common side. So you have to write the reason. Common side. Okay. It's common to both the triangles. So which criterion you are using here to prove that the two triangles are congruent, children? It is clearly S congruence criterion. Okay. Next one. In triangles, angle A is 30, B is 40 and C is 110. In the next triangle also 30, 40, 100. Can we use AAA and say that the two triangles are congruent? Can you, children? No, there is no rule as AAA. Just like SSS, we do not have AAA rule because if I draw two triangles, I can call this 60, 60, 60. I can draw one more equilateral triangle. This is equilateral triangle. One more equilateral triangle with different measures. Again, these are 60, 60, 60. Suppose this is 3 centimeter each. And this is 5 centimeter each. Even though both are equilateral triangles and both have the same angles measuring 60, 60, 60, since the sides are different, we cannot call this triangle and this triangle congruent. So this statement is false because we do not have AAA congruence criterion. Okay, I hope you have followed. If two triangles are congruent using SSS congruence criterion, definitely their angles will be equal. But that is corresponding angles I am saying. But if you have two triangles, all the angles matching with the triangle, the second triangle, but still we cannot call them congruent triangles because the sides differ, may or may not differ. So they may differ, so we cannot say they are always congruent to each other. Okay? So your assignment is very, very simple, children. So this is the figure and these are the questions. Very, very simple assignment. You do not need any help with this. Draw a pair of congruent line segments. You can draw any pair of congruent line segments, AB and CD, PQ and EF. You can draw two line segments of the same length. You can draw in any direction. Okay. Next, draw a pair of congruent circles. So when do we say the two circles are congruent? When the radii are equal. So please draw two circles with the same radii. Then stick pair of stands that are congruent. So even for this you don't need my help. Then explain why triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FED. Clearly children, the strokes show you in what way they are congruent. So please recall the congruent rules and then prove that the triangles are congruent, and also please state which congruence criterion you have used. Next one, mention the various congruence criteria of triangles. You have just learned. One is SSS, second one is SAS, third one is ASA, and the fourth one is RHS congruence criterion. So these four congruence criteria of triangles please mention, and you all just learned that AAA congruence criterion does not exist. Okay, so I hope you can do the assignment by yourselves. Okay children, thank you.